Do you ever feel like your voice is trapped inside, like you have so much to say, but the words just don't come out? That was me. My name is Jessica. I live in the USA. I am 25 years old. My first language is German. But when I came to the USA, I became silent. Not because I had nothing to say, but because I didn't know how to say it in English. This is not a story about a magic formula. This is not about learning English in 1 week. This is a story about pain, mistakes, hope, and one small step at a time. I was alone, scared, and silent. But I didn't give up. Today I can speak English with confidence. This is my journey from silent to fluent. And if I can do it, you can too. I came to the USA when I was 23. Everything was new for me: the roads, the buildings, the people, and especially the language. I knew some English words, but I could not speak in full sentences. I was scared to talk. I thought, what if I make a mistake? What if people laugh at me? So I stayed quiet. At the supermarket, I just pointed at things. At the bus stop, I smiled but said nothing. Even when people asked me questions, I just nodded or shook my head. I was afraid, but inside my heart, I wanted to speak. I wanted to say, "Hello, how are you? My name is Jessica. I want to be your friend." But those words didn't come out. One day, I went to a small cafe. The girl at the counter smiled and said, "Hi there, what can I get for you?" My heart started beating fast. I didn't know how to answer. I said slowly, "1 tea, please." She smiled and said, "Got it." That small moment gave me hope. That day, I decided, I will try. Even if I make mistakes, even if I sound funny, I will try. Small steps. I started at home. I took a notebook and wrote down simple words: apple, chair, book, door. Then I said them out loud, again and again. I watched English cartoons and children's shows. The language was simple, the voices were clear. I paused the video and repeated after them. Like a shadow. I became their shadow. One day, I saw a girl on YouTube. She said, "Speak even if it's not perfect." That became my rule. I wrote it on paper and put it on my wall. Every morning, I looked in the mirror and said, "Good morning, Jessica. Today, you will speak English." I made so many mistakes. Some were funny, some were embarrassing, but all of them helped me grow. I once told someone, "I am boring," when I meant to say, "I am bored." The woman smiled and said, "Oh no, you're not boring." I laughed, but I felt a little shy. Still, I learned that day. Emotions matter in English. Another time I wanted to say, "I will cook chicken," but instead I said, "I will cook children." The people around me looked shocked, and then we all burst out laughing. I turned red, but inside I was happy. I would never forget that word again. Sometimes I mixed up she and he. I would say, "My brother, she is a doctor." People would pause, then gently correct me. I felt a bit foolish, but I kept trying. At the supermarket, I once asked, "Can I smell this card?" I wanted to say, "Can I scan this card?" The cashier laughed and said, "Well, you can smell it, but it won't help." I joined in the laughter. That one word, scan, stuck in my brain forever. But slowly, I started enjoying my mistakes. They became my teachers. They showed me what I didn't know, and that meant I had something new to learn. Before, mistakes made me feel weak. Now, mistakes made me feel strong, because I was brave enough to speak. I used to say to myself, "It's okay, Jessica. You didn't fail. You just learned something new." Mistakes are part of the journey, and if you're afraid of making them, you will never grow. Now, when I make a mistake, I smile and say, "Thank you, mistake. You are helping me become better." My tools to learn English. I used simple tools. YouTube. I searched easy English conversation. Podcasts. I listened to slow English stories while cooking or walking. Notebook. I wrote 5 new words every day with sentences. Voice recorder. I recorded myself speaking. I listened and corrected myself. I spoke with my plants. I spoke with my mirror. I spoke to myself in the kitchen, in the bathroom, everywhere. I made English part of my life. Finding friends. At the library, I saw a sign, English Conversation Club, every Saturday. I was scared but curious. I went. There were 5 people sitting in a circle. They smiled and said, "Welcome." I introduced myself. "My name is Jessica. I am from Germany. I want to learn English." They clapped and said, "Great job." That was my first English conversation. Week by week, I joined again. I listened. I spoke. I made friends. Everyday practice. Now I spoke every day. I made rules for myself. Speak at least 5 sentences in English each day. Watch 1 English video. Learn 3 new words and use them. Don't be afraid. I even talked to strangers. At the park, I said, "Beautiful weather today." At the store, I said, "Can I get a bag, please?" Small steps. Big courage. Changing my mindset, I stopped thinking, "I can't speak English." I started saying, "I'm learning English." I believed in myself. I was not stupid. I was just learning a new language. I respected my journey. When people spoke fast, I said, "Can you say that again, please?" When I didn't understand, I said, "I'm sorry, I'm learning." Can you explain? And people helped me. Fluency grows. After 6 months, I could have small conversations. After 1 year, I could make a phone call in English. After 1.5 years, I gave a small speech at the library event. I said, "My name is Jessica. I came to the USA with fear and silence. But today, I stand here speaking English. I still make mistakes, but I'm proud of how far I've come." People clapped. I cried. It was the best moment of my life. Emotional side. Learning English was not just about language. It was about finding my voice. I was no longer silent. I was strong. I was brave. I missed my family in Germany, but I found a new family here. A family of English learners, dreamers, and helpers. I felt connected. I felt seen. I felt alive. My message to you. To you who is watching this video, you are not alone. If you feel scared, it's okay. If you feel shy, it's normal. But please do not stop. Speak 1 word, then 1 sentence, then 1 paragraph. Make mistakes. Laugh at them. Learn from them. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. I started from 0, and now I can speak to you. So can you. Bonus tips. Here are 5 things that helped me go from silent to fluent. 1. Shadowing. Listen and repeat English videos. 2. Talk to yourself. Every moment is a chance to speak. 3. Make mistakes. Don't fear them. 4. Use simple English. Easy words can still express big ideas. 5. Be patient. Fluency takes time, but you will get there. Today, I speak English with confidence, but I still make mistakes, and that's okay. Fluency is not about perfection. Fluency is about feeling free. If you're learning English, remember this. You have the power, you have the heart, you have the voice. From silence to fluency. This is my story. What will your story be? If you felt inspired, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this today.